The galaxy had grown loud and busy while humanity stayed quiet. For hundreds of years, humans had watched other species explore, fight, and take worlds. Humans had tried to reach out before, long ago. But those attempts had ended in disaster. Other species had laughed at human technology, called humans weak, and left them alone. After those early failures, Earth chose silence. Humans built walls, fleets, and satellites, but they did not seek war. They learned to hide. They built cities underground, satellites high above, and listening posts at the edge of the solar system. They made weapons, yes, but they were hidden. Humans did not want attention. They wanted survival. But the galaxy did not care about humans' silence. Powerful alien alliances saw the quiet as weakness. They believed that humans would surrender, that their worlds could be taken easily, that their fleets would melt under pressure. In the stars, the galaxy laughed at humanity. On Earth, leaders were not laughing. They were worried. Earth's command centers were quiet but tense. In one of the main centers, Colonel Ethan Cole walked briskly along the control room, checking screens, listening to reports. His face was hard, eyes sharp, but inside, he felt the weight of what was coming. He had trained for this his entire life, but training was different from knowing that an entire galaxy thought they could destroy your home. "Colonel, fleet sensors have detected movement at the edge of the system," said Lieutenant Jake Williams. He pointed at a holographic map showing dots moving toward the inner planets. "The coalition fleets are massing faster than we predicted." Ethan nodded slowly. "How many ships?" "At least 4,000 warships," Jake said. "And that is just what we can see. They may have more, hidden in jump space." Ethan took a deep breath. "And the message?" It has been sent," Jake replied. "All known species received it. The message is short. It warns that war with humanity will carry a cost no empire can afford." Ethan's lips pressed together. He had seen the message. It was simple. No threats, no bluster. Just 3 sentences. 3 sentences that told the galaxy that humans were ready, that humans were dangerous, and that humans were willing to fight if provoked. He shook his head. "They will laugh. They always do." In another room, Dr. Lisa Moore watched the sensors. She was quiet, but her mind was racing. She had spent years building human early warning systems, mapping every possible path a fleet could take. She knew how fragile the galaxy could be, and she knew humans were underestimated. Humans always were. "They will not take us seriously," Lisa said. "Not until we prove them wrong." "Exactly," Ethan said. "And that is why we wait. Patience is a weapon no one expects from humans." For weeks, humanity prepared. They did not rush. They did not panic. They moved quietly, like shadows in space. Fleets were hidden behind asteroid belts. Old starships were upgraded in secret dry docks, and deep space sensors scanned every jump point. Humans had one advantage. The galaxy assumed they were weak. Humans planned to use that assumption. Far above Earth, in orbit, human fleet carriers rested silently. These ships were not massive compared to the galaxy's largest warships, but they were smart. Their weapons were precise. Their shields were layered. Humans had spent decades perfecting tactics that no alien species would expect. The galaxy believed humans fought like other species, recklessly, with strength only. They were wrong. Humans fought with strategy. Humans fought with patience. Humans fought with intelligence. Back on Earth, Ethan met with the Council of Leaders. The room was large, with screens showing every planet, every fleet, every sensor. The council included men and women who had spent their lives studying the galaxy, predicting alien movements, and preparing for threats. We are alone. Ethan said, "The galaxy believes we are weak. They think silence means fear. But silence is our strength. They will soon learn that war carries a price they cannot pay." One of the council members, General Claire Evans, nodded. She was a veteran of conflicts on Earth, having fought human wars long ago when colonies were attacked. "They will come," she said, "and when they do, they will not know what hit them." "Exactly," Ethan replied. "But we will not strike first. We do not want war. We only want survival. If they stop, they live. If they continue, they will pay." For the first time in decades, humans sent a message into the stars. It was calm, measured, and direct. It traveled faster than any warship, reaching every major species in known space. The words were simple. "War with humans comes at a cost you will regret." The galaxy laughed. Fleets continued to move. Commanders dismissed it as bluffing. One alien admiral, on a massive purple warship, scoffed. "Humans are small, fragile, empty threats. They cannot survive us." His crew cheered. They believed the war was already won. They did not know humans. They did not understand patience, strategy, or endurance. Humans could survive winters in space, crises on Earth, and the collapse of empires. Humans could endure more than any other species. On Earth, Ethan watched the reports. Ships were detected moving toward the inner system. He did not smile. Humans never underestimated danger. "Let them come," he said. "We are ready." Weeks passed. The coalition fleet drew closer. Humanity did not scramble their ships openly. They did not signal their intentions. To the galaxy, humans were still small, weak, and alone. But under the surface, fleets moved, systems activated, weapons were upgraded. In a quiet hangar on Mars, Captain Ryan Parker checked his crew. They were nervous, but he was calm. He looked at each young man and woman, knowing they would be the first line of defense if war began. "Remember," he said, "our strength is not in firepower alone. Our strength is in patience, in strategy, in knowing the cost of war. Stay calm. Stay smart. We fight only when we must." His crew nodded. They had trained for this. They had grown up, hearing stories of humans underestimated, of worlds won and lost by those who believed arrogance stronger than skill. They trusted Ryan. They trusted humanity. Far away, alien scouts reported strange activity. Jump routes seemed to shift. Strange signals appeared and disappeared. Communications failed without explanation. Yet the coalition fleets ignored it. They believed humans were too small to do much. Pride blinded them. On Earth, Ethan and Lisa watched the same anomalies. They exchanged a quiet nod. Humans had spent decades preparing for this. All the strange signals, all the silent defenses, all the hidden fleets were part of one plan. Humanity did not seek war, but humanity knew how to survive it and win it without giving the enemy even a hint of the trap. On the night before the first confrontation, the sky over Earth was calm. Cities sparkled with light, oceans reflected the stars, and humans slept, worked, and lived as they always had. The galaxy believed the humans were weak. Humans waited, and in their waiting, the galaxy's arrogance began to sow the seeds of its own destruction. Ethan stood on a balcony overlooking the city. Lisa joined him. "Do you think they will understand the message?" he asked. "Eventually," she said, "but not today. Today, they will learn patience is not weakness. Today, they will see that humans pay attention. Humans endure. Humans survive. Humans fight back in ways no one expects." Ethan nodded. The calm of the night hid the storm that was coming. The galaxy believed it had all the power. Humans believed the galaxy had made a mistake. The first warning had been sent. The galaxy had laughed. The cost of that laughter would soon become clear. The alien fleet moved steadily through human space. Thousands of warships, each larger than the largest human ships, glided like a dark cloud across the stars. Their leaders believed this would be an easy victory. They believed humans were small, fragile, and unprepared. They were wrong. Earth watched quietly. From orbit, Earth's sensors tracked every alien ship. The humans did not panic. They did not scramble everything at once. Instead, they let the aliens move deeper into the system. Every step the alien fleet took carried hidden consequences. Captain Ryan Parker floated through the corridors of his ship, the Starship Liberty. He watched his crew prepare. They checked engines, recalibrated shields, and ran simulations of battle scenarios. "Remember," he said, "we do not need to win in a day. We need to make every move count. We do not fight them with firepower alone. We fight them with intelligence." The first warning came without a shot. Alien ships entered a sector near the asteroid belt. They expected an easy passage, but the belt had changed. Massive rock formations shifted as hidden gravity devices activated. Alien ships moved blindly, engines straining to avoid collisions. Several vessels collided with debris and were destroyed without human weapons firing a single shot. "They are learning," said Lieutenant Jake Williams, monitoring the fleet movements. "Or they will learn soon." "Patience," Ethan Cole said calmly. "This is only the beginning. The first price has begun." Humans had spent decades building hidden systems in space. Old mining stations, abandoned satellites, and secret jump gates were upgraded quietly. They could trap ships in empty zones, cut off communication, and redirect energy to disable engines. These were not attacks for glory. They were defenses that made humans deadly without firing openly. On one alien ship, the crew panicked. "We cannot move forward," a young officer cried. "The route is collapsing." Their captain barked orders, but nothing worked. Engines failed, navigation systems broke, and whole squadrons were trapped in the empty void. The coalition fleet began to suffer losses, but they did not know why. On Earth, Ethan watched the data. He did not smile. Humans never celebrated destruction for pleasure. Humans calculated, controlled, and observed. Every alien ship lost. Every squad trapped. Added to the lesson: war with humans carries a price. Dr. Lisa Moore monitored the communication networks. Alien fleets were confused. Signals were blocked. Commands did not reach, and sensors picked up false readings. Humans had learned to control space itself. They had built a network of traps and illusions that alien technology could not understand. "Captain Parker," Lisa said over the comm, "your squadron will lead the next maneuver. The traps are ready. You will guide them through without being seen. Make every move count." Ryan nodded. "Understood. We do not attack unless necessary. We let the galaxy pay the first price themselves." As the alien fleet approached the inner planets, panic spread. Admiral Corvin, the coalition leader, could not understand why his forces were collapsing without meeting resistance. "Send scouts! Send scouts!" he demanded. "Where are the humans?" The scouts returned with strange reports. Ships seemed to vanish. Jump points moved, and strange energy readings interfered with every system. Corvin's confidence began to shake. "This is impossible," he whispered. "Humans cannot do this. They are small, weak." But humans had prepared for arrogance. They had studied every major species in the galaxy. They knew how pride could blind, how overconfidence could lead to disaster, and they had designed their defenses to exploit it. In the asteroid belt near Mars, human ships guided alien vessels into dead zones. Engines failed, navigation computers shorted, and ships were trapped in space with no help. Entire fleets vanished in the emptiness. No battle was needed. Humans simply waited, watched, and controlled the flow of space. On Earth, Ethan spoke to the council. Every move we make is deliberate. We are not seeking war. We are teaching the cost of war. They will understand it soon, or they will learn it painfully. General Claire Evans nodded. And the captured crews? We take them if necessary, Ethan said. But we do not harm them. Humans are strong, yes, but humans are also fair. This is part of the lesson. Respect life when possible. The cost is still there. They have with Mensid and Winside, the Binist Formers 9, the lesson, Ungata. Captain Ryan Parker guided his ships carefully. He had a small fleet, but every vessel was equipped with precise instruments, shields, and sensors. His goal was not destruction, but control. Every alien ship that tried to move, every squadron that attempted to regroup, was funneled into zones where humans had full advantage. Alien soldiers began to whisper fear. Reports of disappearing fleets reached every command center. Ships vanished in sectors where humans were not even detected. Supplies ran low. Crews became restless. Fear spread faster than combat. On Earth, Lisa monitored communications from the captured scouts. They cannot believe this is happening, she said. They expected resistance, not disappearance. Their confidence is crumbling. Good, Ethan said. The first price is always patience. We wait. We let them learn the lesson we warned them about. Back in space, human pilots moved like shadows. They avoided detection, disabled engines remotely, and guided alien forces into traps. Entire squadrons were neutralized without direct combat. Human ships appeared briefly, fired precise disabling shots, and vanished into the darkness. Alien crews could not understand how humans struck and disappeared. Captain Ryan Parker looked at his crew. Remember, he said, this is not glory. This is control. Every ship we save, every enemy we trap, strengthens humanity. Stay calm. Stay precise. We fight only when necessary. Even as the coalition suffered losses, the leaders still believed humans were weak. Admiral Corvin refused to retreat. We cannot show fear, he said. The humans are small. They will break. They must break. But every move the coalition made carried a higher cost. Each fleet division lost ships, supplies, and morale. Alien engineers worked day and night to repair engines, but hidden human devices interfered constantly. Jump routes failed. Energy systems collapsed, and fleets were forced to slow down. On Earth, Ethan monitored the reports. The first price had been paid, and humanity had not fired a single massive weapon. Humans were proving a truth that no empire wanted to believe. War was not only about strength, it was about control, patience, and intelligence. In orbit above the moon, Major Claire Evans observed the alien movements. They think they control the fight, she said, but they are walking into our plan. Every ship trapped, every resource lost, is part of the cost we warned them about. And they still laugh, Lisa said. They still do not understand humans. They will, Ethan said, or they will pay until they do. Humanity's message had been simple. War carries a price. They had sent it to the galaxy, and the galaxy had laughed. Now, the first price was being paid. The coalition learned fear for the first time, but their leaders still refused to believe it. They did not understand the humans' patience, the humans' strategy, and the humans' endurance. As more alien fleets entered human space, the traps became more complex. Entire sectors were closed off. Fleets lost in zones where space itself seemed to turn against them. Humans monitored every move, calculated every risk, and used the environment as a weapon. On Mars, Captain Parker guided his squad through a field of collapsing asteroids. The aliens followed blindly, thinking they could trap the humans, only to find themselves trapped instead. One alien ship collided with a large rock, engines failing, crew panicking. Another ship ran into energy fields that scrambled their computers. Every small victory reminded humanity that strategy was stronger than brute force. In the command center on Earth, Ethan spoke over the comm. Humanity does not seek war. We only demand peace. But if peace is ignored, the cost will be yours. Let this be the first price. Remember it. Alien leaders began to whisper among themselves. Fear spread. They had underestimated humans. The price they would pay was growing. Fleets were shrinking. Crews were exhausted. Supplies dwindled. Every move carried a consequence. On Earth, humans prepared for the next phase. Fleets remained hidden, ready to move if needed. Traps were reset. Communication remained calm. Humanity did not rejoice. Humanity did not fear. Humanity only endured and observed, knowing that the first price was only the beginning. And in the galaxy, where pride had ruled, the whispers began. Humans are not weak. Humans are patient. Humans are precise. Humans survive where others fall. And the cost of war with humanity was far higher than anyone had imagined. The first alien ships began to retreat, but only partially. They were too proud to fully withdraw. They did not yet understand that humans would not strike carelessly, but humans would make every mistake cost them dearly. And as the alien fleet regrouped, the galaxy began to see that humanity's warning was not empty words. It was a promise. A quiet, deadly promise. And the first price had already been paid. The galaxy had begun to understand the first lesson. Humans were patient. Humans were clever. Humans had shown that war carried a cost no empire wanted to pay. But the alien leaders were still proud. They had lost ships, crews, and supplies. Yet they refused to surrender. They believed that if they pressed on, humans would eventually break. They were wrong. On Earth, the human fleets had waited quietly, hidden in orbital shadows, behind asteroids, and in deep space. Captain Ryan Parker moved among his crew, checking every system. His eyes scanned the stars. They are coming, he said, and they will see what humans can do. Ram. Flive. 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 Major Claire Evans coordinated fleet movements from orbit. Her voice was calm over the comms. We strike only when necessary. We do not need to destroy them completely. Our goal is to show control, intelligence, and patience. Let them feel the cost of arrogance. For decades, humans had designed their ships differently from other species. They were not enormous. They did not rely on sheer firepower. Their weapons were precise, their shields layered, their engines flexible. Every ship carried crews, trained for years, prepared to fight smart, not just strong. Humans fought differently, and the galaxy had underestimated them. The alien fleet entered the inner system. They expected to see weak defenses, a few small human ships at most. They were shocked. In the distance, a human formation appeared. It was not large, but it was perfectly arranged. Ships glimmered with shields. Engines ready. Humans did not rush. They did not attack immediately. There they are, Ryan said, voice calm. Remember, precision first. Avoid destruction if possible. Control the fight. The aliens opened fire, expecting easy victories. Their weapons hit nothing. Human ships moved unpredictably, shifting positions, disappearing behind asteroids and reappearing in unexpected angles. Their shields absorbed blows that would have destroyed ordinary ships. Human crews coordinated like one mind, each action measured and exact. The first human strike was not destruction. It was a warning. Precision beams targeted engines, navigation systems, and weapons, disabling them without harming life support. Alien ships lost mobility, drifting helpless in space. Crews shouted, alarms blared, and commanders panicked. They could not understand how humans struck so effectively and disappeared so quickly. On Earth, Ethan Cole monitored every detail. "The first price is paid," he said to the council. "Now it is time to show the human answer. Let them see how carefully we fight, and how deadly we can be when forced to act." Dr. Lisa Moore nodded. "Every move counts. Every decision shows them what humans are capable of." Human ships began to coordinate maneuvers that alien fleets could not predict. They moved as one, surrounding disabled vessels, cutting off retreat routes, and isolating key ships. Alien admirals tried to reorganize, but their communications were compromised by human technology. Orders arrived late, confused, or failed entirely. Captain Ryan Parker guided a squadron into the heart of the enemy fleet. "We do not destroy unless necessary," he reminded his pilots. "Disable and control. Take them alive, if possible. We are not here for vengeance. We are here to teach." Alien soldiers on their ships were terrified. They had expected easy conquest. But humans fought differently. They were precise, patient, and controlled. Whole squadrons were trapped, unable to move, while humans circled them like predators. Every failed attack increased fear, and morale began to collapse. The first captured crews were treated with care. Humans provided medical aid, food, and shelter. They did not humiliate or torture. This confused the aliens further. They could not understand why a species capable of such deadly skill would also act with fairness. The message was clear. Humans were not cruel, but they were unstoppable if provoked. Admiral Corvin, the coalition leader, struggled to maintain control. His pride refused to accept the truth. Humans were not weak, and arrogance had been punished. He called for retreat, but some divisions refused. "We cannot show fear," one commander said. "We are strong. We must continue." But every continued move carried a price. More ships were disabled. Supplies dwindled. Communications failed. The alien fleet was shrinking, not from human destruction, but from human strategy. Humanity had built traps not only in space, but in the minds of their enemies. Patience, intelligence, and control were their weapons. On Mars, Major Claire Evans observed the alien responses. "They still do not understand," she said. "They think we attack for glory. We attack only to show them the cost of arrogance. Every ship they lose, every crew they capture, is part of the lesson." Captain Ryan Parker guided his ships to disable a key alien warship. The vessel was enormous, bristling with weapons, but humans did not fear it. Precision beams struck engines and shields. The ship drifted helpless. Its crew panicked. Medical teams from human ships boarded and stabilized the alien soldiers. The message was clear. Humans fight smart, and they respect life even when giving the galaxy a hard lesson. On Earth, Ethan Cole addressed the council. "They will ask for terms soon. They cannot sustain this. The price of war is too high. Humans have shown the first strike does not require full destruction. We control the fight, not the other way around." The alien fleets were breaking. Sub-commanders whispered among themselves. Fear replaced arrogance. "Humans are not what we expected," one said. "We underestimated them." Our fleets cannot hold against such patience and control. Yet the proudest among the aliens refused to yield. They believed that if they pushed hard, humans would crack. They were wrong. Every push carried greater cost. Each fleet that moved forward lost ships, lost time, and lost morale. Captain Ryan Parker's squadron moved through the remains of the alien fleet. They did not celebrate destruction. They marked disabled ships, guided, captured crews, safely aboard human vessels, and returned to hidden positions. Each move demonstrated discipline. Each action demonstrated the human's approach: intelligence over brute force, patience over pride, strategy over arrogance. In orbit around Earth, Ethan Cole spoke to the Council. "We are not finished. This is the human answer. The galaxy has seen what patience, skill, and control can do. They will not win if they continue. The cost is already too high," Major Claire Evans added. "And we continue to act with fairness. Every captured crew is treated well. Every disabled ship is preserved, if possible. Humans fight for survival, not for cruelty. This is part of the message they must learn." The alien fleet began to communicate internally. They realized that humans were not like other species. They did not fight for conquest alone. They did not rely only on strength. They relied on intelligence, endurance, and precision. Humans understood the cost of every action. They understood how to survive and teach at the same time. Captain Ryan Parker guided his squadron through a difficult maneuver, isolating another alien division. The alien ships were trapped in a dead zone. Engines failed. Systems faltered. Panic spread. And still, humans did not destroy them completely. The lesson was clear. Humans fight only when necessary, and the cost of arrogance is already paid. On Earth, Ethan watched. "The first strike has been made," he said quietly. "The galaxy sees humans are not weak. They see that patience, intelligence, and control are stronger than pride. We wait for their next move, and we continue to teach them the price of war." Dr. Lisa Moore monitored the communications. "They still do not fully understand, but they are learning. Every decision they make now costs them more. Humans do not need to strike with maximum force to win. The price is in their own mistakes. There. Unwan. There. There." Captain Ryan Parker looked at his crew. "Remember," he said, "our goal is not destruction. It is control. Precision. Intelligence. Humanity survives by understanding the cost. They will learn that lesson, or they will pay it." As alien fleets retreated slightly, confused and damaged, humans remained calm. Ships returned to hidden positions, repaired quietly, and waited. The lesson was not over. The first strike had been made. The galaxy now understood a simple truth: humans fight differently. Humans endure. And humans make the cost of war clear. And the proudest aliens, those who refused to retreat, would soon learn the full meaning of humanity's answer. Patience, strategy, and intelligence were the weapons no empire could ignore. The galaxy would remember, and humanity's reputation would grow stronger with every calculated move. Humanity did not celebrate. They prepared. They endured. They waited. And the galaxy, once arrogant and dismissive, had begun to understand the power of humans. War had a price. Humanity had shown the first part of that price. The alien fleet was broken. Ships drifted helplessly through space, engines disabled, crews exhausted, and morale shattered. Their pride had blinded them. They had thought humans weak, slow, and easy to defeat. Now they knew the truth. Humans were patient, clever, and deadly in ways no one expected. On Earth, Ethan Cole watched the reports from the command center. His face was calm, but inside, he felt the relief of knowing humanity had survived the test. "They will ask for terms soon," he said to the council. "Their arrogance has been punished, and now they will see that humans do not fight carelessly." Major Claire Evans studied the damaged fleet maps. "They cannot continue," she said. "Their ships are lost. Their crews are confused. Their morale is gone. The lesson is complete. The galaxy will understand the message now." Captain Ryan Parker floated among his crew aboard the Starship Liberty. They had completed several missions, disabling enemy ships without unnecessary destruction. The alien fleets had lost hundreds of vessels, but human casualties had been minimal. Humans fought smart. Humans survived. Humans endured. "They will surrender soon," Ryan said. "And when they do, we must remain calm and fair. Remember, this is the message we give them. War carries a cost. Humans fight to survive, and they will teach that lesson without cruelty." From orbit, human satellites monitored alien communications. The coalition leaders were arguing, trying to maintain pride, but it was useless. Supplies were depleted. Jump routes were closed or unreliable. Ships were stranded. Crews feared the humans' next move. The galaxy had begun to understand the true meaning of patience and strategy. On the bridge of his ship, Captain Parker observed one of the largest alien warships. It drifted disabled, unable to fire or move. A human shuttle carried medical teams to treat the wounded alien crew. Humans did not gloat. They provided aid. The alien crew was shocked. They had expected cruelty or revenge, not compassion. Lieutenant Jake Williams spoke over the comms. "This will confuse them further. They thought humans would destroy everything, but we are showing control and restraint. They cannot understand it." "Exactly," Ethan Cole said. "This is part of the message. Humans fight, but humans do not take unnecessary vengeance. The price is already paid through strategy and patience. They will remember this lesson." The coalition leaders sent emissaries to human positions. They wanted to negotiate, to avoid more losses, but they did not fully trust humans. They still thought humans would strike if given a chance. General Claire Evans addressed the alien envoys. "We are not here to conquer. We are here to show the cost of arrogance. Your fleets have suffered because you underestimated humans. The lesson is clear. War carries a price." The alien leaders were silent. They had lost so much already. Every ship disabled, every crew captured, had been done with precision, not chaos. They had thought humans weak, but humans had proven the opposite. Every move had been deliberate, every victory controlled. Back on Earth, Ethan Cole addressed the Human Council. "This is the moment we warned about. The galaxy will remember humans now. Not as weak, not as careless, not as small. They will remember that humans endure, humans fight smart, and humans make the cost of war clear." Major Claire Evans nodded. "And we will continue to act fairly. Captured crews will be released if possible. We do not need to destroy, to win. The lesson is enough." Captain Ryan Parker guided his squadron through the remnants of the alien fleet. Disabled ships were stabilized, and crews were fed and treated. Human pilots moved quietly and efficiently, demonstrating skill and discipline. The galaxy watched, and the lesson spread. Humans control the battlefield without chaos, and they endure beyond expectation. Admiral Corvin, the coalition leader, finally sent a full delegation to Earth. His pride had been broken, his fleet crippled, and he could no longer continue the fight. Humans had taught the lesson he could not ignore. Ethan Cole met the delegation. "You must understand," he said calmly. "We did not want war. We warned you. We asked to be left alone. But when ignored, We showed the cost of arrogance. Humans fight, yes, but humans fight to survive, not to conquer. The alien delegation nodded, though they were still hesitant. They had witnessed humans disable their fleets, capture their crews with care, and maintain control at every step. The galaxy had learned something new about humanity. Humans were patient, precise, and fair, even in the face of overwhelming threats. Back in orbit, Major Claire Evans sent the final report to the Council. The fleets are stabilized. The alien crews understand the message. The galaxy will no longer underestimate humans. The first strike, the first price, and the human answer have all been shown. The mission is complete. Captain Ryan Parker returned to Earth orbit. His crew was tired but disciplined. We have taught the galaxy what humans are capable of. The message is clear. War carries a cost, and humans ensure it is felt. On the planet below, citizens watched the skies. Humans had prepared for the worst, but now they saw the galaxy could not touch them. Stories of the quiet species that endured and fought smart spread quickly. Humans did not celebrate destruction. They celebrated survival, discipline, and the knowledge that their warning had been understood. Ethan Cole addressed the Council one last time. The galaxy now knows humans are not to be taken lightly. Our message has been sent and received. The cost of arrogance has been learned. Humanity's patience, intelligence, and control are recognized. The lesson is complete. Dr. Lisa Moore spoke quietly. They will remember. Every empire, every fleet, every species will know that humans do not fight carelessly. War with humanity carries a price no one can ignore. The alien delegation agreed to terms. Humans did not demand tribute or territory. They only asked for respect, distance, and a promise that human worlds would never be threatened again. The coalition leaders, humbled, accepted. Captain Ryan Parker watched as the alien ships departed. They were not destroyed. They were not humiliated. They had learned the cost of arrogance. Humanity had won. Not through destruction alone, but through patience, strategy, and precise control. On Earth, Ethan Cole sent the final message to the galaxy. Humans asked to be left alone. The warning was clear. War carries a price you will regret. We do not seek conquest, but we do not yield to arrogance. Respect the humans, and there will be peace. Underestimate humans, and the cost is yours. For the first time in generations, humanity's patience and endurance were recognized. The galaxy had laughed at them before, ignored them, and mocked them. Now, humans were no longer underestimated. The cost of war had been shown. The first strike, the human answer, and the controlled victories had taught the galaxy a lesson it would never forget. Humanity did not fight for glory. They fought for survival, fairness, and respect. And they had won. Captain Ryan Parker and his crew returned to Earth orbit. The humans had survived. The humans had taught. The humans had endured. The galaxy had learned. Ethan Cole looked at the stars. The message has been understood, he said. Humans endure. Humans survive. Humans fight smart. And the galaxy will never forget it. And so, humanity's last message echoed across the stars. War carries a price you will regret. The galaxy, once proud and dismissive, now paused. No fleet moved lightly. No empire assumed humans were weak. Humans had proven that survival, patience, and intelligence were more powerful than pride, arrogance, or sheer force. The lesson was clear, and it would be remembered for generations. Humanity had spoken, and the galaxy had listened.